strings I had to pull. Well, I suppose being rich and incredibly smart probably has something to do with it. He laughs heartily.
Uh,
Well, I am one of the administrators of EndCorp, so of course I have top of the line equipment. Honestly, I didn't even need it really. They just, well, after all the experiments were complete and we had figured out what top of the line equipment was safe for human beings, I simply had to have it. It
Oh.
is top of the line.
There always is such a sacrifice, though, in receiving bionic parts. You do relinquish the privilege of human touch. There must be some benefits to having such equipment, though. Some bells and whistles.
He flinches a little bit when you mention giving up human touch. That seemed to hit him in an uncomfortable spot,
Get
but
him home!
he
God damn it, Ivan, don't strike the nerves. So soon.
Pull the heartstrings.
he takes
he throws,
though,
he
but
throws
he takes
his
it as a
drink in
challenge.
Ivan's face and stomps away.
You bastard!
He takes it more as a challenge than an insult, and he squints a bit at your robotic eye and says, "Well, I'm sure that you know the benefits of robotic vision. For me, well, mine's a little special." And he grins at a group of ladies not far off.
What a privilege.
Oh? Explain.
My good man. Well,
You can't say that stuff to
Faces.
Ivan, he likes the penises.
He likes it all.
you're like, oh my gosh. Well, hey, it can work on dudes too. I mean,
Oh.
you can see all the nakeds. He basically he winks at you and says, "Very useful for seeing the good stuff without too much actual work being done, if you get what I'm saying."
He just makes a toast
Probably
face, kind of.
The face that our icons are.
Yeah.
He makes that.
Oh my god. Wow. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. That must be a newer model. How
Oh, yes,
recently
top
did
of the
you
line.
get this work done?
Well, actually, my most recent installments were actually only upgraded a couple months ago, but after tonight's exhibition, and tonight's exhibition is going to be very profitable, I'll probably be getting an upgrade done in another couple weeks.
We all have been very much looking forward to this exhibition for, what, months now, was it? It must
Yeah.
be pretty big to have such a crowd gathered.
Oh yes, absolutely. And only the most privileged, of course, are invited. Investors like yourselves, I'm sure, that might want to buy the technology and outsource it, that sort of thing.
Yes.
But
You know- I simply have been on the edge of my seat, wondering what exactly it is that's drawn such a crowd. I mean, obviously, a new EndCorp release would, of course, garner attention, but you never know what they'll produce next. It always seems to be better and better. Do you have any idea of what this type of technology might entail?
well, perhaps I could tell you, but it also is very top secret information. Sure, you'll understand. If you want to convince him, you know what to do.
Hell yeah.
Throw a seduction.
Oh god, I'm gonna throw a seduction in there.
Throw a seduction.
I'm gonna throw a seduction in there. But
Do we get bonuses for? Do we get that +1 for our snazzy appearances and/or our
Yes, you do.
striking looks?
Yes.
So if we have
Slap
two dots in striking looks, would that be like +2 dice?
If you had 2 dots in striking looks, that's +2, but also your outfits give you +1.
Ah, so it's a +3 total.
Indeedy.
I'm gonna slap the willpower on there too.
Oh, I didn't even add that last one.
+6 total.
Okay. Alright.
God damn it.
Super cute.
Well, Ivan will just kind of, assuming the guy's still seated at the bar, Ivan just kind of gives a grin as dashing as he can and kind of like puts an arm or a hand on his like shoulder and just kind of drums his fingers like, well, we all know loose lips do sink ships, so we can keep a secret. You can trust in us. We are very
So-
curious.
Mm.
You didn't tell us all the details, just the juicy ones.
Not
Mother.
all the deeds.
Please spill thine guts.
Your hand on his shoulder takes him aback for a minute. His eyes widen, and he looks back at you with a straight face.
A straight
This is-
face, you say?
He kind of coughs. He's like, right. Well, you can't see if he's blushing or not because it's all robotic stuff in his face. Robots don't blush.
Gay.
That would be gay.
Gay.
No, but that's super gay. But he does give you a little information. He makes sure that no one's listening. And at this point, actually, you see the detective kind of leaning a little closer. Kanye's gone now. It's just the detective. He's listening though, listening in on this. And you hear him kind of under his breath. He says, "Well, normally EndCorp is very dedicated to the best that humankind can offer, but well, technology gets to a point where humankind can't really offer it much anymore. The newer line of prosthetics will they'll include a power that is a little beyond what humanity can offer, if you get what I'm saying."
Oh, spoopy, dude.
I mean, more of a supernatural element?
One might say that.
I see. There are,
Well.
though, an innumerable amount of different supernatural types, as I'm sure you know. What exactly would this technology in particular try to emulate?
Well, I'm afraid you're just going to have to wait for the exhibition and the big reveal for that one. But you'll be surprised, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure we'll all be speechless.
Here's hoping, he says as he finishes his drink.
So evil!
Wink,
God.
wink, and nudge, and nudge.
And with that, you guys actually hear crowd of people begin to gasp as you realize that the yacht has come to a stop. Everybody roll perception.
Oh boy.
Damn
Why are they gasping? Was it a particularly rough dismount?
Yeah, everyone falls off the boat.
All just ejected.
There was there was only one like little plank for them to climb off the boat.
Oh my gosh.
Not the most perceptive bunch we are.
We're not,
That's
we're not.
okay. Jesse, Eulalia, John, everyone gasps and you realize the boat's landed. And it looks like an island surrounded by water, but it's less of an island, more of, well, it looks more like somebody slapped like a huge warehouse onto a rock and put it in the middle of the ocean. As for Ivan and Charles, you actually see all of this, and you see Constantine kind of straighten his tuxedo, and he stands up, his head almost brushing the ceiling. This very large man. And you hear him mutter, "All right, let's get this show on the road." And you can see people shuffle as the ramp extends out onto the rock, and people begin to leave and make their way towards the brightly lit warehouse.
Wow.
Looks like we've arrived.
Indeed, the detective says as he stands up. He looks a little more confident now, for some reason. What could it be? Blame it on the alcohol. Actually, though, he looks a little more confident. His face is a little red. He says, "All right, well, it looks like we've arrived. I guess we better get to the bottom of this and get the goods.
I
I hope that you guys are stealthy as well as charismatic. Right?
Yes.
Please tell me that you're stealthy.
Jessie is going to like pull back her skirt and reveal that she's been wearing like her big fat fucking boots this whole time. And she's gonna be like, if I can sneak these on board and have no one notice, I think we're good.
Impressive. Oh my goodness. Thinking to himself, probably should have brought the thief along, but I think you guys will do just fine. Let's hope so. And you guys exit the boat.
Don't worry,
wait
I have
for
all
it.
of one stealth dot.
All of once.
I've
It's
got all
enough
of
to
one
prevent
too.
the
We can put our
next.
stealth dots together and
Oh,
create
dude.
2 stealth dots.
Oh damn, that's like enough to make like more than one.
Oh my gosh.
Won't that be nice?
Yeah.
Everyone, you guys are greeted like royalty. There are many men in tuxedos that welcome you guys into the grand exhibition. And there aren't really as many guards walking around because, well, if you got on the boat and then you got to this deserted island, you know, what other high-tech security do they need? This place is very isolated. But everyone treats you very nicely and welcomes you and smiles at you. And you can see that that the sun is finally gone down for the most part, and night is settling in. And once you guys actually enter what looks to be a very well, it's not really decrepit. It doesn't really look like a formal event would be taking place in this warehouse. But as soon as you enter, you see it's quite different on the inside than it is on the outside. Go ahead and roll perception, everybody.
Yay.
Hopefully this
Even though
roll
y'all
will be
literally-
better.
There it goes.
God.
Aha.
Perception.
So did the
Yay!
Constantine have ears?
Yes, he did have ears.
Were they robot ears?
You couldn't really tell, honestly. They looked like robot ears, but who knows what was beneath that skin, you know?
Months in tuxedos.
All right. Okay. So, moths in tuxedos. Damn it, Charles. You look around you, and it's a party, Charles. I mean, you just got brought back from a party. It was a different kind of party. It was a yacht party, but you've been to events like this before. Nothing really catches your eye. Nothing out of the ordinary. As for John and Ivan, definitely a very formal event. People are beginning to make their way around tables, people talking to each other, still kind of trying to get the last bit of their drink on while they can. And as for Eulalia and Jesse, you guys notice that they actually really do kind of want to get this show on the road as soon as possible. People are setting stage, and you can see on the stage they've set up several different displays. Looks like they've got a display with some very powerful looking arm technology. Another looks like, well, it's kind of small, you can't see it too well, but you're assuming they probably got a pair of robotic eyes up there, which is nifty. And then you've got some other robotic parts that are not as glaringly obvious, that are just kind of set up in a display on the stage. And you see Constantine. He's kind of straightening his bow tie, talking to a couple men in black suits, and they quickly walk off, and he has a very deadpan expression on his face. And with that, he kind of disappears. That's when Detective Merriweather walks up to you guys, and he's just kind of like, well, I suppose we should find a place to sit. I am starved, he says, rubbing his hands together. I wonder what's for dinner.
Soylent Green is people.
Jesse's gonna look at the. I swear to God, that sounds so much like Blue's laugh. For a second, I thought Blue
Yeah.
came into the call to laugh. I was gonna say though, Jesse's gonna like look at all the tables and be like, I sure hope they didn't have place cards or anything down.
Ah, thankfully not.
Oh boy, I'm so hungry.